I'm flying to the moon.
Hello and welcome back to Here Impact, the show that celebrates the lives of women in science, the women that not only broke glass ceilings but also shattered them with their microscope, their lab coats, and a lot of courage. I'm Cassandra, your host, and today in this episode, we're going to talk about somebody that is not actually a household name, but I think she deserves to be one. Her name is Elisabeth Schiemann, and she was this German botanist and geneticist that stood up against the Nazis. She helped save lives, and she still had the time to revolutionize for us to understand the history of cultivated plants, and she did all of that. So grab your coffee and let's dive together to her story. Imagine growing up in a home where books and learning are a way of life. That was Elisabeth's world. Born on August 15, 1881, in the town of Velling, now known as Viljandi in Estonia, back when it was a part of the Russian Empire, she was surrounded by learning from day one. Her father, Theodor Schiemann, was a respected historian, so you can bet that dinner conversations often revolve around ideas and big questions. When she was around 6 years old, her family moved to Berlin, and that move was like opening a door to endless possibilities. Even as a young girl, Elisabeth dreamed big, even though it wasn't common for women to be encouraged in academia back then. In a time when career options for women were super limited, Elisabeth made a bold decision. She trained as a teacher, which was one of the few paths available, but her heart was set on science. In 1908, she finally got in at the University of Berlin, among the very first women in Germany to attend university. By 1912, she earned her PhD with a thesis on mutation in the fungus Aspergillus niger under the guidance of the well-known geneticist Erwin Bohr. Imagine her determination. Not only was she breaking barriers as a woman, but she was also making headways into the emerging world of genetics. After her doctorate, she worked as a senior assistant at the Agricultural University of Berlin from 1914 until 1931. In 1924, she qualified to teach at the university level, earning what they call a habilitation in Germany. Along the way, her passion grew towards understanding how cultivated plants had evolved with human care. Her book, Origins of Cultivated Plants, published in 1932, became a classic reference that connected the dots between history, botany, and human ingenuity. When the Nazis came to power, Elisabeth didn't keep quiet. Even though she was already deep into her work at the university, she openly criticized the pseudo-scientific racial theories the regime was pushing. As someone who truly believed that science was a tool for truth rather than hate, she joined the Confessing Church in 1934, a clear stand against the Nazis' racist policies. Her outspokenness didn't come without a cause. In 1940, her teaching license was revoked on the grounds of political reliability. But she didn't slow down. Elisabeth, along with her sister Gertrude, actively helped Jewish French and colleges escape persecution. For instance, she offered shelter and even penned letters to governmental officials to protest against the unjust treatment of people, the kind of moral backbone that literally saves lives. And she maintained a close friendship with the famous physicist Lise Meitner, who had to flee Germany in 1938, proving that integrity in science and humanity can go hand in hand. Even after the war, Elisabeth's drive didn't let her rest. In 1943, she took charge of the crop history department at the Kaiser Wilhelm Institute for Cultivated Plant Research in Vienna. and demanding role where she continued her pioneer work in understanding the origins and evolution of crops. And then, after the war, she returned to her beloved Berlin, receiving a professorship at Berlin University in 1946. She lectured on genetics and crop history until 1949, and even after her retirement in 1956, she kept on researching and writing because some sparks never fade. Her extraordinary contributions were eventually recognized with several prestigious awards. Among these were the Officer's Cross of the Order of Merit of the Federal Republic of Germany and membership in the Leopoldina, Germany's National Academy of Sciences. And just when you think her story couldn't get any more inspiring, in 2014, Yad Vasman honored her as Righteous Among the Nations for her brave actions during the Holocaust. By the time Elisabeth passed away on January 3, 1972 in Berlin, her legacy was cemented as a fearless scientist whose commitment to truth and justice continues to light the way for future generations. So, what do we learn about the story of Elisabeth Schiemann? For me, it's actually a reminder of what science is. It's not about experiments, about publishing papers. It's about having the courage to do the right thing, even if the world around you fall apart. At the end, Elisabeth didn't just study the evolution of cultivated plant. She nurtured hope. She championed of moral courage, and she helped rebuild the scientific research in post-war Germany. Her story inspires us to ask the tough questions, to trust our instinct, and more importantly, to use our knowledge for the greater good. Thank you so much for joining me in this episode. I hope Elisabeth Live resonate with you as it did to me. If you like this episode, share with a friend, and let's celebrate together the women that impact reshape our world. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and more importantly, stay making your own paint the world.
I'm flying to